Oh, is that straight? What's up, guys? Another video with me. You're working out with me, rambling, chatting crap. So, I was listening to a podcast yesterday with Rob Lipsitting. I bloody love him. He's a legend, most positive person in the world. And he was basically talking about you're in a day and age now where you can just pick up a camera and talk about something you love and then just see how it goes, which is why I started doing YouTube videos in the first place, was because it just makes sense for me. If you're so passionate about something, then talk about it, let people know. And if you have knowledge in the area, share the knowledge, educate people, which is why I love running the gym with Ruby. It is literally such a satisfying job selfishly, but then you're generous in the way that you can help people and design these programs and educate them with creating muscle mass. It's not just creating muscles to have muscles. It's like, what is the importance of muscles? What's the importance of VO2 max? Like, why does that thing transfer over into everyday life? Hope you can hear me all right with my music over the top. Anyway, it's gonna be me rambling and training, so stick with the journey. I'm just warming up now, so let's get going. We got press, overhead, pull, so we're working on pull-ups and hanging at the moment, and push press at the moment in our programming. And then we've also got a 5-minute on each erg, max distance with a minute in between. That's another thing, another element we're working on at the moment in the gym. So today we've got push press, pull-ups with some hanging elements in it, longer hangs. Then we're going to go into a 5-minute bike, ski, row and run. So it's 20 minutes overall to build that aerobic capacity ready for later on in the block. So we're in the block 1 at the moment, week 2, I believe. So yeah, here we go, let's do it. So I'm over in our second gym. You might be able to see the logo at the moment, Op PT, so that's our second space, because the small group, personal training group, are in the first space and the class is fully booked, and I don't want to take up a space. I feel like I'm taking the mick and putting an extra person in, because the most that can be in a session is 6. So I have been kicked out of my own gym while Ruby's coaching, so I can train in the second one, which is awesome that we are able to facilitate that. You little I wish you did then. Yourself then. Speaking of the importance of strength training and why creating muscle mass is so important, like 3 reasons off the top of my head. Metabolic health. So the more muscle mass you have, then generally you can take on board more calories, because your body is burning more calories to house the muscles that you have. So straight away, body composition, it can assist people in looking a certain way, and generally that comes with being healthier, which is a big bonus. And that's why I always correct people generally when they say I want to lose weight. So no, you want to lose body fat, because you could potentially gain weight by putting on more muscle mass, but then decrease body fat because your metabolic rate has increased because you have more muscle mass. And then you've got longevity, so your age of independence. So as you're growing older, naturally muscle mass declines, which is going to happen to everyone. It's called sarcopenia. However, the longer you can do strength training, eat correctly, so get enough protein in, move, then you're going to have more independence for longer. So everyone's calling it the health span now, not the lifespan, span, because they want to live healthier for longer. And that's why so many people are invested in health and fitness at the moment, which is incredible to see, and we see it down our gym every day, all day, and it's inspirational really, and that's why we got into it, to aid people for that macro goal, not just little micro goals like trying to get a 6-pack or something. it's pretty much a waste of time unless you want to look a certain way, basically. And then the third one that I had in my head, and now it's gone, oh yeah, blood glucose spikes. So every time you eat and you get your glucose spikes, then your muscles can absorb that a lot better. So it makes the spikes not as dramatic, and it keeps everything a little bit more level. So just straight away, them three that I should think about then are reasons why you should build muscle. But there's so many more, so many more. And then the next one I'll talk about some VO2. That's the cardio section complete, so the conditioning section, buzzing with that. Just feeling good at the moment with all that stuff, which is always a bonus. Just before holiday as well, so we'll see how that works out. And then going back to what I was talking about earlier, so I said about like strength and building muscle mass, but also how important VO2 max is. So VO2 max is the volume of oxygen that's able to be delivered to your muscles in the blood. So clearly the higher your VO2 max, the better your body is going to be at doing that. So the more efficient you can be, the better. So it's measured in milliliters per kilogram of body weight, I think. Hopefully I've got that right. If not, I'll correct myself. So it takes the level of 14, so milligrams per liter, to be able to get yourself dressed, okay? So if your VO2 max is below that, that means getting yourself dressed is a maximum workout, okay? So, but if your VO2 max is 50, getting yourself dressed is a really, really simple task. So if you're the same with like going down the stairs, you don't need too much VO2 max to do that. However, if yours is extremely low, then that could be a maximum workout. Then you can see the decline in people and why they potentially don't want to go out of their house, because walking up or down stairs or getting themselves dressed is like such a big task. Then that's a workout in itself. So they're going to want to rest after that. So then they end up getting to the point where they can't actually go out of their houses, or they just don't want to because it's such hard work. So the higher we can keep our VO2 max for as long as possible, the easier them tasks are. So let's say we're a grandparent and we want to spend more time with our grandchildren who are clearly very, very active. The better our VO2 max is, the more muscles we have, the more strength and mobility we have, then the more able we are to do that. I feel like this is something that's spoken on social media quite a lot, but maybe that's because of my algorithm. But that's another thing that we're just extremely passionate down here, and we'll teach people the importance of not having that sedentary lifestyle, not smoking, and delivering all them healthy habits around to complete the whole holistic package, as opposed to just coming to the gym. That's a massive part of it, having that community and that emotional, social connections with people. But then there's an element of like, why are you coming to the gym? What is the reason? And there's a plethora of reasons to why you should be coming down and doing the progressive training and getting a bigger VO2 max, getting bigger muscle mass, keeping your body fat to a reasonable percentage. So hopefully that has inspired a couple of people to come to the gym, more specifically mine and Ruby's gym at Optimal Performance 24 in Hereford. But hey, if not, please you listen to the video, watch the video, sorry, and then I'm going to try and be consistent with this, because I want to just spread as much knowledge and education and passion in this subject that I feel like affects the majority of the world's population.